Just want to start off by thanking you for watching today's video. If you like it today, smash that like button. YouTube's going to help other people find out whether they should own versus rent. And with that, let's jump right into this conversation.
'Cause we're gonna be legends. What we're doing here ain't just scary. It's about to be legendary.
First of all, I think we naturally are tied to the idea of ownership. And I do have an answer for you, and you're gonna get it pretty quickly here. But what I wanna do first is I wanna help you understand why this is even a conversation in the first place. Because the reality is, do I really believe in owning or do I really believe in renting? Well, what I really believe in is control. I believe in controlling money. If you can control money, money can give you what it needs to. But ownership gets in the way of control, and sometimes we lose control by demanding ownership. Ownership comes from an idea financially called accumulation. And it's based on an idea that I'm going to put up here on the screen so that you can see it. And it's this idea that if this is an amount of money on this side of the screen, but over here is time, then when we start working, we want to accumulate, 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 and build money. And then this is what happens. When I'm young and I'm at my lowest earning potential, I can only save so much, but with time and compound interest, my mortgage starts getting paid down, my assets increase, I get raises, I put more into my 401ks and IRAs, and ultimately I get more and more money, and then eventually I stop working. So no more money comes in. Do you know what happens from this point? I'll mark it with an R for retirement, or I'll just spell retire. Do you know what happens here? Now we actually eat the money. We spend it, and we live off of it, seeing if we can have enough money for retirement. You know what's wrong with this model is that if we were to actually draw this map accurately, it would look more like this. If this is the point of retirement, and this is money over time, the reality is we build up this money, but our financial needs keep going. And these needs are usually 5 to 10 times more than what we've accumulated in a life. Now, this is important for you to understand when you're like, well, Kris, should I freaking just rent or should I own? Owning is about accumulation. It's about saying, I can save enough money. Over time, I can get my house paid off. The problem is, you're not. Dude, if you're an average earning American, if you are making less than $100,000 a year, as the majority of people are, you could be earning over that, but even if you're earning over, check it out. You can't save enough money even if you're a great saver. What are you gonna save, 20 or 30%? You're gonna pay taxes, you're gonna pay expenses, you want some type of lifestyle. So even if you're earning well, you're only saving a little bit. You can't accumulate enough in 40 years for what you're going to need, especially since society is making us live a lot longer with medical innovations and breakthroughs that we're experiencing right now. So let's answer the question. First of all, what is the solution to this? And then I'll give you your answer. The solution to this problem is you say, screw it. It has nothing to do with how big of a pile of money you own, not how much money is in your bank. It actually has to do with a different kind of R, and that is what we call a residual income. Now let me just demonstrate this for a moment because I became financially free at the age of 26. Free book, link below, explains how I bought 25 homes by the age of 26. And those homes were producing over $10,000 a month. Now, the homes I had bought meant that I had a net worth, just exiting college, of $1.6 million. But the $1.6 million represents a pile of money. It was meaningless to me. All I cared about was what? The $10,000 a month. Why? Well, because $10,000 a month tells me what kind of lifestyle I can have. And this $10,000 is going to be here for the rest of my life and growing and only getting bigger. So what happens if I can make this number $30,000 a month or $300,000 a month? Who cares what you're worth? What matters is that you have a residual. So the real question is, how do you build a dependable residual? Well, this gets to the answer to your question. If you wanted to know, should I own or should I rent? The real answer doesn't have to do with happiness or your feelings of what it is you really want or what financially makes the most sense. Understand that if you own a home, it is financially going to have a positive and a negative counterpart. The positive of owning is that your house will likely be one of your best investments if you never become an investor. What do I mean by best investment? Well, I mean specifically that when you become 60 years old and look back on your life and say, where is my money stored? 401k, IRA, annuity, savings, equity in my house. Usually ends up being the biggest chunk and diversification of your net worth. So it ends up being the best investment, even though it's technically a liability. It doesn't make you money, it's not producing for you, but it has a value that you could sell and cash in. The negative, however, about ownership is pretty big, which is this is your biggest outflow of money that is not being invested. And do you know what's more important than owning a home? Investing. Now, why would I say that? Because statistically, investments is where it's king. Look back on your life right here. If you cannot accumulate enough money in the working years to take care of all of your needs in your post-working years, then we need to upgrade. I'm talking about a residual income. To create a residual income, what do you need to make that happen? You need some money that can be used to buy investments or do things. When I say that I bought 25 homes, and those 25 homes were producing over $10,000 a month in a residual income, how did I get these homes? Well, the reality is I used some of my own money, albeit very little, and then I even learned how to use other people's money. Listen, we're going down a rabbit hole today, so hang tight with me. This is called OPM. Other people's money basically means other people have money that they want put to work, and what I would do is I would find houses that had 25% ROI, and what I would do is I would do the work and they would put up the money. And we would split this 50-50. I would put their money to work and I would help them learn how to earn better. Well, that's how I got to these 25 homes, and ultimately I got to this residual income. I quit my job and then I learned how to buy 500 homes, 1,000 homes, thousands of homes. I've done over 4,000 homes to date, buying a house just about every single day. And I break all that down here in my book. You can get it for free in the link below. More important though is just understanding that, Kris, should I own or should I rent? Here's now the answer. If owning gets in the way of investing, then you may want to consider not owning at this time. If renting can help you invest, then do that. If owning is a part of a strategy to build an asset that doesn't crimp your savings, then own. Friends, I hope that actually helps you make way more sense to that answer, that should you own or rent? It depends. For most of you, it's going to make sense to own as long as it's part of a long-term winning strategy. If owning gets in the way of the long-term strategy, then rent and throw that money away so that the rest of your money can be productive building the more important thing, which is not a house. Paid off house, if you can't have enough money at retirement, is going to be very meaningless, because after you feel secure from having it paid off, guess what? You're going to have to sell the thing to get the money that you need to finish living the next 5 or 10 years of your life, as opposed to building a residual income right here that has the ability to take care of you no matter what day you die. You no longer need to plan for your death day. There will be something to leave behind, and financially you're going to be better off. Thank you for watching today's video. That is the answer on whether you should own, whether you should rent a house. And my friends, thank you for watching. Make sure that you do subscribe. Today I want to make this video different. I wanted to give you novel information from what's out there. If you liked it, smash that like button. It tells YouTube to share it with everybody else. And with that, I'll look forward to seeing you on tomorrow's video.